Hello there. Today we're going to talk about the Wahoo KickrBike. The Wahoo KickrBike is not just an indoor bike or smart bike. It's a revolution of the indoor smart bike. In this video we're going to talk about the Wahoo KickrBike and the features that are so unique to the Wahoo KickrBike. That means we'll talk about the true precision fit. We'll talk about the unique customization of the gearing. And we will talk about how easy it is for you to set up and be riding in 5 minutes after you receive your KickrBike. We'll talk about the difference between a home trainer and the Wahoo KickrBike. And we'll also talk about the fantastic indoor climb and ride feel there is to the Wahoo KickrBike. For us, easy and convenience is super important, so you have a great experience using Wahoo products. For us, that means that there is no calibration of the Wahoo KickrBike. The wattage goes to 2200 watts and plus minus 1% in precision. The Wahoo KickrClimb, which is built in the Wahoo KickrBike, is minus 15% to 20% plus in incline, which is quite unique and only something that Wahoo makes. The gearing system is also unprecedented and unique for any smart bike. Whether you have Shimano, or SRAM or Campagnolo, the Wahoo KickrBike can take that gearing from your road bike and will be more realistic and fun to ride inside, and makes you easier to train for the outside environments. You only need 2 Allen keys and there's 4 points to assemble. The first 2 points is the legs. The third point is the saddle. No tools needed, easy to adjust, especially when you're more people in the household. The last part, the stem and handlebar combination. No tools needed and also easy to adjust. Just have to use a 5mm Allen key to adjust the angle of the handlebar. One of the most important features of the KickrBike is the awesome and unique and revolutionized gearing system. Whether you ride Shimano, SRAM or Campagnolo, you can adjust and replicate the gearing of your road bike on the KickrBike, so you get a more unique and true feeling of riding indoors. Furthermore, there is no calibration needed of the KickrBike, and it goes plus minus 1% up to 2200 watts. Another highlight of the KickrBike is the KickrClimb. Here it's placed in the middle of the KickrBike, and it's super unique and makes the ride more realistic. It goes from 0% up to plus 20%. In reference, 8.6% is the average gradient of the LGS. Another great feature is the adjustable crank length. It goes from 165 to 175 millimeters in 5 steps. That means that everybody can use it in the household. We already mentioned the saddle, we already mentioned the handlebars and the cranks. Furthermore, if you want to customize it, you can adjust the KickrBike so the saddle is your preferred brand and the same goes for the handlebar. The last 3 points you can adjust, which is so unique and awesome for the KickrBike, is the reach in both ends. You can adjust it here for the front part, you can adjust it here for the back part. The last part is the height. That goes with this handle down here, you can move it up and down. There's letters on the other side of the bike. Easy and convenient to use for all in the household. The Wahoo app is essential to the KickrBike experience. It's possible to download the Wahoo app in Android and at iOS. The app is essential when you want to configure your bike in terms of the gearing. If you want to do a workout alone without any third parties, or you want to do the bike fit. The first thing you do is download the app. Afterwards, you create a Wahoo profile. That means that you can also log on to other devices when you want to. It's more easy and it's more convenient. The second part is power up your KickrBike and find its on sensors at the Wahoo app. After that, you can create your first bike profile and configure the app and the bike to your needs. That means the bike fit, means the gearing, and you can start a workout without any third-party apps. When you want to start fitting your bike to the KickrBike, you want to start a new bike profile, and in the bottom there is something called Fit. You press the Start Fit Wizard. Here you can choose between the professional bike fit, which is the most accurate. You can use Guru, Retool or TrekBike Fit Port. A bike that fits well is our own invention and it's really intuitive. It's quite accurate. You take a photo of your bike, place the bike up against the floor, and you want to kneel parallel to the bike in front of it. Take the photo, Now it asks you to point in the middle of the saddle. There comes a quite a pointer up. Press next. Next time it's the handlebars. Out in the end, you want to measure the reach. Next one is the front hub. After you've done that, you go to the middle of the crank. You have taken the middle of the crank. You take the rear hub. Same precision over again. Now you take the wheelbase in millimeters or inches. Press done. Last part is the crank length. In this case it's 172 millimeters. You press continue. Now you get the KickrBike fit. In this case, standover height is D. Second one is the saddle height, the setback, the reach, the stack height, the crank length. Quite easy, isn't it? We've come to an end, and the last part we will talk about is how to use the KickrBike while on it, and we'll sum everything up. The first part, of course, is the buttons on the handlebar and the gear shift, as we've talked about earlier. You have the traditional Shimano shifters out here, you have the brakes, and then you have the top selection up here, and some inside buttons that will also be usable in the future for steering. We already talked about the assembly, the features. You can use your third-party app that you prefer. That could be the Sufferfest, it could be Swift or Ruby, or even your Wahoo Roam or Bolt if you want to ride you have done outside. So now we have started. Right now we are riding Swift. We're doing the desert part. When using the KickrBike, you can see the display down beneath the stem. It tells you what gearing and the incline you're in. Also tells you the connection or if the climb is locked. If you want to adjust the incline yourself, use the left top buttons on the shifter. Push the one nearest to you and you'll go up. Push the one furthest away and you'll go down. It's quite a credible feeling to challenge everything. You can lock it down on this. You can unlock it down on the side if you want to ride like it is in the app you're using. The shifting is super realistic. It's easy to use. I would really like that it was on my road bike because it's dead good fun. Works great and is super responsive. It's so realistic. So now we have demonstrated the KickrBike. We've gone through everything, nearly. Now we will talk about the small points in the end. Why is this indoor bike so great? And why it's revolutionizing everything in terms of indoor cycling? It's easy, it's convenient, it's motivating, and it's fun. There's a lot less resonance riding the KickrBike compared to a normal home trainer. In regards to the precision, plus minus 1% to 2200 watts. I can't really accomplish that, but I'll try to do my best to get it near 1000. And that was around 850, and that hurts.